Welcome back. It's the second episode of Kardamom and Chili, Unleash Your Magic. And very welcome to all introverts in the whole universe. We ask you to join us. Hopefully you are with us. Hi, Heike.
Hello. And obviously extroverts are welcome as well. We don't exclude anyone. We are inclusive.
No, we're inclusive, yeah. We're very inclusive.
Yeah. Hello and welcome. And because last week we had the introvertism, that's the wrong word, introversion. Sorry, that's German brain skipping in there. The introversion coming up a couple of times. And as I'm an introvert, Vera is as well, as far as I know, but she doesn't appear like one, which is weird for my brain.
No one really believes me that when I'm saying that. I'm like, meh, and I'm introvert, and they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Introverts actually are the world changers. It doesn't mean when you're an introvert that you're shy and unsociable. This is a thing, unfortunately, which is, in my opinion, very much society-based, how introverts are treated in their younger years. But as an introvert, you can be bubbly, you can be outgoing, you can be sociable. And here's the thing. Would you have ever expected Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Isaac Newton to be introverts or having been introverts? They have changed our world. Mm-hmm. And they were and are amazing people. And introvertism is, there's this again, introversion.
Introvertism is...
Yeah, introversion is something that I utterly embrace now because it is so rewarding. And introversion means, I wanted to say it again there. Seriously.
No, till the end of this episode, you're going to be perfect.
Yeah, I hope so. Introversion means that you are drained by a lot of people. You are overwhelmed with party settings, concerts, big, huge happenings. And when you do it every day, you will be exhausted to your core because it's actually against who you are. So as an introvert, I love to go to a theater. I love musicals. I love escape rooms, all these things. But for me, it's like once a month tops because I need time to recuperate. And for me, having board game or gaming nights, I'm a Nintendo girl. And don't roll your eyes.
Yes, she is. No, actually, no, I'm not rolling eyes. I actually was considering to go into games because of you, because you
started
things.
Like, because I don't shut up about them.
I came up. Finally, that's a story.
So I love these things. And then combined with people, I love to spend time with Vera when we're on our road trips. It's amazing because we both have periods where we just shut up and we're totally confident and comfortable with it. There is no awkward silence because we need this quiet. And then we just enjoy the Cairngorm Mountains. We just enjoy epic music or sometimes no music because it's too loud. It's too much. And so introversion is usually just that you dial back on how much you interact with people and where your headspace is.
So true. Love your explanation. I generally think, I'm not sure if you agree with people may say something about it, that generally that's another label which was put on us. And it actually helps when you know yourself and when you know what works for you and what doesn't, and what exactly, as you were saying, drain you or what gives you energy, and you know how to maneuver your word.
Yep.
And I think that's the main thing, because like you were saying, I consider myself introvert, and sometimes it takes a lot of energy to go out and show and be, especially when you decided that, hey ho, I will run business, and hey ho, I'm going to be a photographer. Therefore, I need to tell people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Quite, hard topic when you love be in the corner and hide in the corners. But it's very useful skill on the event photography, for example.
How is that?
Oh, it serves me very well because event photography is about it. Event photography, you following what's happening. You interact, and doesn't really matter because I do boxing, so it's a sport, but I also do, for example, corporate events. Doesn't really matter. Event photography, you are observer. You've got your eyes everywhere and you follow what's happening and you capture moments, really candid moments of joy, of happiness, or I don't know, awards or winning the game. Doesn't really matter what it is. Therefore, you need to step back and allow things happening on the front of you and just be aware what's happening. So that is really cool skill.
That is a fabulous explanation. I've never thought of it like that, as being the observer and catching moments, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Generally, photography is about it. It's about catching moments. Yeah. And obviously, when you've got a chance to plan, it's easier when you present with environment when you've got no control of it. It's tricky sometimes, but again, you're observing and you're reacting. It's interesting concept. I like that.
I love that explanation. Really do. Coming back to the labels, of course, it is definitely a label. I label as introvert confidently now because I've grown so much and have found my tools. And for me, I did several tests during my life to find out, in quotes, what's wrong with me.
And did you find that everything is right with you, actually?
Yes, exactly. And everything is right with me. I found out in 2021 that I am an introvert by 87%.
Wow.
And that explained a lot to me. That was one of the things that gave me permission to venture down way, way more into everything that was connected with me and what was happening with me. And I redid the test because I'm actually part of an introvert community, which is absolutely fabulous. And the person who created it, Tom Cleary, he's amazing. He's just downright amazing. So I redid the test because he has put something into the community where you can test again or test for the first time when you're unsure, when you want to find out where you stand. And my introvertism I did it again, introversion has dropped down to 79%. When you are an introvert, you are basically always an introvert, but you can change. And what changed for me is confidence. Because when I became a business owner now nearly 3 years ago, I felt like truly a headless chicken on a roller coaster, especially with all the things that you needed to go networking. You have to do networking. Besides the fact that no one told me how to do it, which caused stress and anxiety, it was like, ew, I need to see people. I need to speak with people. But during the time, I learned to put in strategic... I swear I speak English again. Strategic stuff for yourself.
You're choosing really big words, that's why.
Yeah, one of the things I did yesterday, an introvert should actually not really do, was that I was at an expo, which was amazing. But I was there from 8:30 in the morning until 5:15 in the afternoon. So that's
exhausting.
Too long.
It's
too many people, too much to take in. My brain was screaming out like, stop. And I still went on. So over time, I put in tools that I use before I go onto a networking call. I created at first a persona which I am today because I stepped into my confidence. I stepped into who I really am. And that leveled up my experience towards others. And I had a wonderful call yesterday with Tom. And one of the things that we spoke about was how we navigate the world. And that was that I said, every introvert so far that I know builds a badass avatar for themselves. And this badass avatar at one point is yourself when you become more and more confident. And now I'm so confident on networking events online. It's a huge difference. That I don't have any problem. I still get nervous. I still want to hide under my bed with my cats when I go to a networking event where I have never been, where I don't know anyone. But I'm safe. I am at home. If something happens, I can still pretend that the postman just banged the door, rattled the letter box, and rang the bell, because somehow they can,
That's what they do. That's what they do. The internet may be down as well.
Exactly. So you can pretend when you need to step back, when you need to breathe. And one of the most important things is after a networking event, go do something else. Go wash up the dishes. Go for a walk. Go cuddle your pets, cuddle your kids. Give your husband a kiss. Whatever brings you into another headspace and away from all these draining energies from other people.
Interestingly, you said something which get me interested more. And I would like to really dwell on it because it's quite interesting concept. You said about, creating avatar. And now my question would be, is it fake it till you make it idea, or is it you actually tap to the part of you which exists, or you imagine yourself, or you create yourself, you getting yourself this, that's your avatar, but that's your goal to aim for, and then you becoming that person? Which one is it?
It's definitely not in many introversion related cases. It's not, faking it until you make it. It is building something around you that gives you the safety and the security to show up, that gives you the strength to overcome this anxiety, this fear of having to meet new people, having to go there. And so I can give the example as being a geek. When I started to play Dungeons and Dragons, you make your own characters. You give an elf, a goblin, a gnome, a persona. You build something that is quirky, completely broken, awesome, badass. You can do whatever you want. And during the time that I created my characters, I noticed that I myself changed because I gave myself permission to play those avatars. None of my characters is not connected with me in a way. I have created one avatar that's the furthest away from me, which is called Tipsy Tellerwise. And she's a wee goblin who thinks she's a gnome. And she is extremely clumsy.
Oh,
This is absolutely not me. This was the first one I created that is very much outside of me. But I needed to get the confidence first by creating all the others before, where I figured out, that's a part of me, that's a part of me. And all of a sudden I noticed that the avatar I am displaying every day has become me. I have built this avatar. All of a sudden I realized, hey, that was actually me all along. But it gave me, being this avatar, it gave me the strength and the confidence to grow into it.
Love it. Love it. There's something about it. And I'm just thinking right now on back of what you said, because that's what I'm trying to explain to my customers, actually. That's why I'm using photography for my customers. Because basically, that's to me is exactly the same thing. Get the best version of yourself on the front of the camera, create the best environment, show who you are like a few steps ahead. And then when you've got the really bad moments or you doubting why you're doing what you're doing and what your reasons, then you tap to the emotions and to prove, because now you've got proof, you've got photographs, you've got this powerful, cheery, I don't know, whoever you want to be person. And that actually is the real thing. You've got photographs and tap to that emotion from that day, from that shoot, and remind yourself that, come on, this is me. I'm few steps near to that person. It's kind of the same, similar idea, really.
Yeah, it is.
Quite cool.
Yeah. That's, I think when you show up, and that's something that stuck with me from a fantastic business coach, she says, step into the role of the CEO of your business. Imagine where you want to be, where you want to go. And when you take the photo in that moment, when someone is in this, hey, I am actually the CEO of my business. It does not matter if you're one person or if you're 100 person big. It does not matter. When you step into this power, the CEO of your business, that is when the magic happens. Because then you envision for either a short time or a long time your future you. And when you catch that on camera, that's just perfect. And it doesn't mean that you should appear with stuff that you would never do. So, there is this mindset that you have to be extremely pimped up when you have a brand shoot. And it's not necessarily working, because for me, if I would all of a sudden show up totally pimped, no one would believe me, because that's not me.
That's exactly, that would be that. Yeah. See, that's why I'm a bit controversial with that, because I believe that you should be you, and I'm helping you to be the best version of you on the photo shoot.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse like not being authentic. And it feels, you need to feel excited, but you need to be in your own skin. You still need to be you. Because people feel it. People feel when you fake it. People feel when you're lying to them. They don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't like that. I don't like be lied as well.
Yeah. And that's also something where we both basically base our businesses on, because it is, again, emotion that is sparked. Emotion comes from within us. Our subconscious picks up on things. And there's, to all of this, with the subconscious, there is the scientific explanation there. It's not just bah humbug or woo-woo stuff, I think it's called. The conscious mind makes only 5%. The rest is all the subconscious. And when you're inauthentic on your photos, on your social media, where you present yourself, when you do not like your colors, but you pretend you like your colors, others pick up on that. Very, very much so, because it speaks to the subconscious.
So what would be your main tip for introvert in business to start their journey? One thing you would advise, what they should do, where they should start.
First, I want to give them a hug. That's like,
if they're introvert, they may just go away.
I know. I know. But it's this encouraging hug that there is everything possible to accept introversion, to work with it, to embrace it. Remember, Albert Einstein, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, remember this. We have it all within us. And as soon as you put a tool in place, when you learn a tool, like build your avatar for yourself, don't ask anyone, just build it for yourself. Because as soon as you get outside feedback, you are not focusing on yourself again. So build your avatar in your head and then go out there, try it out, test it, push your comfort zone, see how far you can go. And always, always, always have your tools. I need safety. I need security. So I make sure that everything that I can control, I have taken care of. Before I go into a call, I always fill up my drinks, my coffee, my water. I have tissues beside me. I have my pen. I have everything within my vicinity to make sure that I have everything that I need. And then I can manage what is coming towards me. Make sure you do the best for yourself that enables you to breathe, put your shoulders back and say, hey, I got this. I can do this.
And hey, she got this. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how Heike adds value to tell you one good tip. So you've got few bonuses today, and I hope you get them and go multiply and try for yourself. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thank you very much, and until next week.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.